Hey teams, Creative Tyro here. Just before we get into the next episode of the Ignorant News podcast, I just wanted to put it out there that we do have a Patreon page. Yes, we do. So if you are wanting to support the podcast and help me create more content for you guys and talk to more dope people doing dope shit, then one way you can do that and support us is through the Patreon. Link is in my Instagram bio. Otherwise, I'll put a link in the descriptions of the podcast, whatever platform you're using, it should be there. Otherwise, head over to Instagram at Creative Taru. And just a quick reminder, just if you're willing to help us out here, and because we got some things popping, I want to be able to take this podcast on the road, and to be able to do that, right, we gotta re-up on the equipment. We gotta get mics, microphone booms, audio interface, dope cameras, that kind of jazz, and eventually we'll get there. But one way that you can help me get there is through Patreon. So quick shout out to our people who are already patrons on the Patreon page. Appreciate every single one of you guys for that shit goes a long way, and I'm hopefully going to be able to produce more content for you guys to consume and to enjoy. So that's it from me. Enjoy this next episode, and keep it real. I don't know, insert inspirational quote here, and have a great day. Peace. Just to everyone out there who may be listening or tuning in via YouTube, welcome back to the Ignorant News podcast. We've got a special guest today. I'm going to throw it back to him to introduce himself. Cheer, brother.
I'm David from Anniversary Vintage. Run a little Instagram page since lockdown last year. I started it up after just kind of seeing the growth of everyone, vintage in general, and being like, man, I need to get back into this. I used to sell hats back in university, this import from Canada. So I was like, I need to get back into this. This is like, love thrifting, love streetwear. This is my way to kind of get back into it all and see what's out there, I guess. So that's been a cool journey.
That's mean, bro. The way I came across your page was through NZ Jersey Hunter. Familiar with the bro? Yeah. He was like, go follow this follower, bro. And I was like, I mean. And then I seen some of your stories, and I started chatting to you about your Jordans and being a drug dealer.
Yeah. Shout out to Rauri Waititi.
Yeah, shout out to Rauri. But bro, we'll start from beginnings, and a lot of people that listen into this podcast, they always interested in how people got started, and then eventually we could probably get into some grail stuff, like what you consider grails. But what was the let's go way back, bro, starting from what's the first kind of piece of clothing or brand or something that you remember from way back childhood era that you remember and being like, this is the shit, I am cool?
It was probably I forgot the name of the Nikes, but I think a Nike Air Tempo with the air on the side.
Oh,
is that the name?
Yeah, I'm not too. I'm not a sneaker dude, so
yeah. So I had a cousin who, back in the day, looked like Michael Jordan, like Maori from Hawke's Bay, and everyone he had the nickname Michael Jordan. And I remember one time back at home, he slam dunked the basket and broke the whole hoop. But I remember seeing those shoes back then, and that was man, I like clothes. And then going to school and seeing kids with Air Force One lows, the all white ones. That was another one, but I could never really, I don't know, I think I got some Vans. I was a hard out skater, so I got Vans. I used to be hard out into DCs and Globes and all that kind of stuff. But I think that's where the appreciation of nice shoes came from, that kind of era. And then the streetwear kind of side, kind of high school. I remember Lower was real big back in high school. Lower hats, Lower t-shirts. I remember everyone was trying to get a Lower t-shirt from Mount Maunganui. So that was pretty cool. And then the sneakers, I've got it here next to me. I found this guy. There used to be this forum called Soul Jam up in Auckland, where I'm from. I'm down in Wellington now. But most of the people on there, it was like a forum, and they'd post like the fit of the day, and I'd see people's kind of outfits they're rocking, and I was like, man, this is cool. So I just kind of took heaps of inspiration. But I found this guy who lived on K Road, and he invited me over because I was like, oh, he's had some shoes for sale. And he had this little cupboard just full of shoes. And he's like, oh, just pick what you want and you can buy it off me, blah, blah, blah. So I bought this pair. This was the first pair I bought.
Nice.
Way back then. So this is probably the shoe that kind of started it all. It's
wow, and you still got it.
Still got it. My missus is like, can you
That's
throw that thing out? It's like cracking. I wore it to a music festival last summer, and it's like nasty, but it's like my first sneaker of the game. So yeah, and that's why my page Anniversary Vintage. It's named after the anniversary pair of that sneaker.
Oh, dude.
So during lockdown last year, I was kind of at home, working from home, but pretty quiet. And I was like, what's a name? Like, I want a name that's not just vintage or
yeah.
I don't want it to like close me off. So I was just doing a bit of research and mind mapping, and then I got the shoe during lockdown, and I opened the box and it said anniversary. I was like, oh, there's my name. Sweet. So,
oh, that's cool. That's dope. Yeah, I love that.
That's the story of why my page is called Anniversary. Yeah.
Bro, your how you got your name just shat on mine. Like, bro, I was trying to come up with a name, and like everyone of my close friends, they just call me Taru. So I was like, oh, well, Taru. And then I was trying to figure out, what do I do? I was like, oh, pretty creative. I'll just be creative Taru.
Yeah, nice.
But bro, your story is way better. It's cool that you still got the shoe though. Like, I remember a Larry Bird singlet, green Boston Celtics singlet I had back in like primary school that my uncle got me. And he was living in Sydney at the time. He still is. And man, I wore the shit out of that singlet, bro.
Yeah.
Like, got a lot of years out of it. And my little sister, I had it right up into my early 20s, bro. And then my little sister got hold of it, and then I never saw it again.
Gone.
Yeah, gone, bro.
Gone.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. It's cool to see that you still got the kicks, man.
Yeah,
the kicks that started it all.
I don't want to throw it out. Like, I moved to Welly at the start of the year and had to pack everything in one car, my station wagon, and I was like, oh, these are definitely coming. Could have left them at my dad's garage, but I was like, no, put them in, take them with me. So
they the sentimental value that sometimes clothes have is like it's a lot, bro.
It is, yeah. And it's so dirty, and I've got this new cleaning product, so I want to like clean it up and see what I'll do before and after. So if people follow, they can check it out. Yeah.
Man, that's cool. Geez, those are first sneaks. What did I get? I had I can't remember. I remember my dad's shoes. So my old man played ball, which was kind of cool, and so I would see a lot of sneakers and shoes via him. And I remember he had like, I think he had the Fila Grant Hills.
Grant Hills.
Yeah, he had Grant Hills, bro. Yeah. I think they were the Fila Grant Hills. Well, that's what he told me. And then he had did Chris Webber ever have a shoe?
I don't know.
I'm trying to think back, like it was a while
I had a
ago.
pair of Filas back in the day, but I got no idea what they were. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
No idea. Yeah.
Yeah, my old man had it. That's how I kind of got introduced to shoes and sneakers. I mean, the obvious ones were Jordans, because that was just, everyone kind of knew Jordans, right? It's almost mainstream.
Yeah, it is. It's been interesting seeing the whole, I think ever since The Last Dance came out last summer.
Oh, true,
I feel like since then, Jordans have like I definitely noticed the price just went straight up. Like, I bought a pair of, I bought these before lockdown last year, and these are like,
just for those that are listening via audio, bro, what are you holding?
Oh, so it's a Air Jordan 1 Shadow, like the OG Shadow pair. I bought it before the lockdown last year, and I think I paid like $350 for it, but then after The Last Dance it went all the way up to like 700 plus. Like, the prices went crazy, and then I definitely noticed like Jordan 1s, it's like everyone wears Jordan 1s now.
Yeah.
Definitely picked up. Yeah. Whereas before that, it was like Yeezys. That was all the craze. That's what everyone wore. And then it shifted, and then now it's probably going to shift to maybe the Air Max 1, or hopefully not, but the next sneaker. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm so out of touch with sneakers, bro.
Mm.
I used to collect, and then I had my second child, and then my missus was like, prioritize.
Yeah. Yeah, fair enough.
And then I was like, I see that. So I got rid of a whole lot of stuff. But I used to like collecting Vans, Timberlands at the
Yep.
time. Not that I was trying to crump or anything, but
Yeah.
there's I had a few of those. What else did I have? A lot of SB dunks. I like dunks in general, but I always like SB because they were just really comfortable.
That's another shoe that's kind of become real big.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Jordan ones, dunks, and SB dunks. But I feel like dunks are slowly kind of dropping away.
Yeah.
But like the general release dunks, but the SBs are still hold their price. Like they're still really expensive, and a lot of like hard out. There's a lot of SB dunk heads out there that just love that sneaker, and they're real passionate about it. So yeah,
that's cool. I think one of the first pairs of shoes I bought myself, you know, mum and dad didn't help me, were SB dunks. So that was I forget what they were called. They were like vintage suede, something. And I actually still have those somewhere. I don't know where they are, but they're here somewhere.
Yeah.
My sizes are so I'm a 14.
Oh
yeah, big boy.
Yeah,
big boy things, my bro. And it's so I'm kind of glad that those sizes are hard to find too.
Yeah, true. Are they like, say if you go to a shop, is the 14 there, or is it like
usually, bro? Nah, I've never had trouble. I've heard of stories of other people having trouble, but because I've always been around, like, so I grew up part of my life in Auckland and H-Town. So I guess they're kind of like big enough cities to have big sizes, I reckon. But I've heard stories from other people where they just couldn't find the sizes and stuff. But generally 13s do really well. Like you can find 13s quite easily. 14s humming hard, but
yeah, true.
Like I used to work at Foot Locker. That was my first job out of high school, and they were always they were always 13s and 14s, bro. Yeah. Like you I mean, not as many as 10s and 9s, which are the popular sizes. But yeah.
What was it like working there? Did you have people lining up outside the shops back then?
It was early 2000s, bro.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was like there was, unless you were into basketball.
Is that when they had N1s back then? Eh?
Yeah, bro. Unless you were into basketball, you didn't really know the history or the culture surrounding Foot Locker or even sneaker culture.
Yeah.
And it was like there was a select group of people, I suppose, at that time that were familiar with like hip sneaker culture. But it was it wasn't too bad, bro. Like some of the sneakers that I think about now that I used to sell, I'm just like, damn, I should have caught me those.
Yeah.
I should have caught me those. I remember when Tailwinds came out, I was just like, these are shit.
Yeah.
No one's gonna buy these. These are shit. Put them over there. They're gonna go on sale soon. But lo and behold,
and the Sakai came out, and then now everyone likes the Tailwinds.
Yeah, like it's been the Air Force One. Like I've always enjoyed like a classic shoe, like a Chuck Taylor, a Adidas Shelter, Air Force One. What do you think about those shoes, bro, that make them so appealing?
I think just they're timeless. You can wear them with whatever outfit. You've seen like your parents wear them. You see them on like old movies. They're
the versatility.
Hard. Yeah, and they're just like clean silhouettes as well. Like generally, like nice colors. The Chuck's annoying because my feet are too wide, so I feel like they don't look too that good on me. They look good for the first week, and then they'll kind of blow out. So I find the MX one's a bit wider, so I can fit the foot on it nicely. Yeah. What's your kind of what's your like sneaker, like classic sneaker?
Oh, Jordan ones. Yeah.
Jordan ones. Yeah.
Yeah.
Drug dealer,
bro, over here. I think I've always loved Air Maxes.
Yeah.
But my foot's a bit too wide, I found.
Mm.
But I don't know, what's my I've always kind of like eclectic shoes there, like random, because back when back in the day, I sound like an old fella, but you kind of bought a sneaker and you knew like 100 other people that had the same sneaker.
Yeah.
So I was always into like, I might go cop those Pumas,
Mm.
like just do something different, or
Yeah.
otherwise, bro, it was always the old hand me downs. So I just had to
Yeah.
make do with what was given. And
Like,
I think the best hand me downs I ever got were what did I get? Some weapons actually, bro. Converse weapons.
oh yeah, yeah,
I was quite happy about those. They were like the
yeah. That's all good.
Magic Johnson colorways,
Yeah.
the Lake colorways. So I was quite happy with those. The Cuzzy, thank you, Cuzzy.
So,
He gave me those. But
yeah.
yeah.
All my cousins have size 13 feet, so nothing coming from them. Me and my me and my brother give to our like kind of nieces and nephews. When we go back to the bay, we'll take some stuff back and give some clothes out to the little ones that are there. So
Yeah,
good to be able to pass it on.
Yeah, that's what it's about. I've been lucky enough to actually, Kobe 4s, bro, probably my all-time favorite shoe, only because I like play basketball for fun, and they've been the most comfortable shoe I've ever played in. And ones, they're rubbish. They're so heavy, bro, and clunky. And you know what else is pretty rubbish to play in? I don't know about nowadays, but Jordans, bro.
True, yeah.
Jordans are so like.
I even saw on The Last Dance, Michael wore that Air Jordan 1 for a game and he said they were trash. Yeah.
That was just like clunky, and like especially the high shoes, like the high top style shoes, like damn, they weren't great to play in.
Yeah, I guess it's like the Chuck as well, because that was a basketball sneaker. And like you think about playing in that now, it's like, oh hell no.
Sure. Well, you think about the numbers that they put up back then too, wearing those shoes. Like Jordan still put up some pretty decent numbers wearing those shoes. Like, who are you to complain, bro? Like,
I know.
Yeah, Kobe 4s are really nice shoes to play in. Well, so you talked about skateboarding, I think, just before, bro. What kind of shoe in terms of skating is like real nice to something that you kind of enjoyed? Or
back then, well, there was this outlet shop on K Road, Karangahape Road in Auckland, and they had like they just had like cheap shoes for like maybe like $40 or $50. I remember.
That's cheap
the shoes. Like they were just sample size 9, and I'm a size 9, so I haven't grown since intermediate, and so it's all the same size. But they were. I think they had like DC's Hawks, Tony Hawk's brand.
Oh yeah.
Osiris, that was another one. But it was mostly just DC's and Hawks that I just skated in as a youngster, but I stopped skating. It was too many injuries, and then I picked up snowboarding, and I realized I could do all the same tricks, minus kickflips and stuff on a snowboard, way better than a skateboard, and less injuries as well. So
is that just the mechanics is all similar?
Similar, yeah, and the fact that it's attached to your feet as well, so you don't have to. You can ollie, but it's attached to your feet. So I could do like rails and all these different rail tricks that I could never do on a skateboard because it was just too hard. Skating was big in my youth, intermediate, and then kind of stopped. Yeah, that's about
it. Who was your kind of like? Because when I used to play Tony Hawk's, bro, I was Chad Musker dude.
Yeah.
Like, who's your go-to on there?
Yeah, Chad.
Oh yeah.
yeah. It was cool. I liked. What was his brand? Circa, I think that was. Or
Shorties.
Shorties.
Yeah,
Shorties. Yeah.
I remember. So I grew up in this little town called Tuakau, bro, which is like not far from Pukekohe.
Yeah.
And we had a 6-footer half pipe. And I remember these older boys from Auckland, they must have been driving through or something. And one of them had the big red Musker deck.
Oh, yeah, off the kind of, I remember.
And I think it's like him sitting. Is it him sitting? Like a silhouette of him? Or?
And it's got the red stripes kind of coming down.
Yeah, bro. And I remember that was on the game. So I was like buzzing out, like, whoa, Jay, cuzzy, fuck, can I look at you? And bro, this dude was so cool, eh? Like he let me have a go on his deck and everything, like
Man,
trying to teach me how to drop in. But when you're like 8 or 9, 6 foot is huge, right? Like I was like, oh, no, because I'm all good.
dropping him was scary as well.
Man, did you ever get to like 10 footers drop-ins?
I think 6 foot was probably the biggest I did.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
and then that was enough for me. Yeah,
it was pretty scary.
yeah.
It made you realize like how impressive some of the skateboard athletes actually are. Like some of that big air shit that they do.
And it was funny back then as well. I was talking to my partner about this yesterday because in Wellington down the road there's a massive kind of half pipe. I don't know what the size of it, but it's the full kind of X Games size.
Wow.
And I remember back when we were younger, like those were everywhere, and it was like, man, who the hell rides these half pipes? Like they're so big. It was nuts. Yeah, like they used to be all dotted all around Auckland and Hawke's Bay. There was one in one of the parks there.
Yeah.
Yeah. But there's dudes that ride it down the road here. They ride that half pipe and do like decent airs out of it. And
yeah. You ever ride on the underneath the half pipe? David loves da da da. Call this number if you want a good time.
Yeah.
I remember reading like all of the graffiti and stuff underneath our half pipe in our little town there. Oh, some of the stuff on there is pure filth.
Yeah.
Just crack up though, like reminiscing, and you see familiar names. Oh, I know that name.
Yeah,
that's da-da-da's sister.
And bottles of Mirinda everywhere, and
oh, far out. That's a throwback. Yeah,
that's what I remember. Yeah,
Mirinda. Shit, memories, man. What was one of the hardest tricks, bro? That like, what kind of level did you get to in skating?
I was only just really kick flips and heel flips. I could never manage a heel flip. I could ollie off like stair sets, like 3 stairs, 4 stairs, maybe 5 stairs. I remember one time I ollied a stair set and I tamponed myself straight through the legs.
Shit.
Yeah, that was sore. But that was probably about it. Like I wasn't crazy good, but just
loved it, eh?
Yeah, enough to have some fun and cruise around. So
shit,
yeah.
And I remember when I used to skate long time ago, but there was just so much. Skateboarding is one of those things for me that is there's always something new to learn. It's one of those hobbies, if you will, or sports that are always there's always a new challenge, or that's constantly evolving, or there's new, you can do a kickflip, cool, now can you do it off a stair set?
Yeah.
Can you do a kickflip into some? Yeah, can you do a switch? Can you do it into a grind? Can you like there's forever like little carrots for young young lads and young lasses that are skating. Like there's always something to learn and something to evolve. That's what the one thing I love about skateboarding, that element of what would you call it, like teaching persistence and teaching dedication. Like you want to
dedication, definitely, because you've got to like put hours into that one trick just to get it, and keep practicing.
And then you realize like you're not even like, you think you've got it, but you watch videos of your favorite skater trying to crack a gap, but he keeps bailing, and you're like, oh shit, it's not as easy as you think it is.
Nah, they don't land it first go. It's like 12th go, 15th go.
Bro, exactly, yeah. And then I guess the thrill of it, once you land it, like, hell yeah, I'm the man.
I get that same feel like the big jumps in the train park. Still on there?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah. Have with this fear of like the big jumps in the train park, but when I go to the mountain, like I have to do it. Like it's just this internal challenge. It's nuts.
I've been to the snow once, and I'll be honest, bro, I was a little bit scared. Like, didn't want to ski or anything. Like, I'm all good. I'll just go over here with my rubbish bag. Yeah. What's some of the scariest stuff you've done on snow, bro?
Um, there's this one jump. I lived in Canada for a little bit. I did a season there for 60 foot was the biggest jump I'd ever hit. And I don't know how to put that into layman's terms. Maybe jumping from the try line all the way to the 40-meter line on the rugby field.
Shit.
That's like how big the gap was. And yeah, I did it once, and that was it. One and done. That's probably the craziest thing I've ever done on the snow. So
When you put it in that way, bro, that's pretty scary.
yeah, it was after a full season of snowboarding, so I was pretty confident by the time I got there. But now it's I don't. Yeah.
Shit. I'm processing that, eh? Holy shit.
Yeah.
From the try line to the 40.
Yeah.
I can't even kick that far, bro.
Yeah, so that's it.
You get into snowboarding gears at all?
Nah, not really. Like, it's real fashionable on the mountain. Like, there's a lot of cool styles up there of what people wear, especially like local dudes, like the stuff they kind of wear. It's kind of it's almost cool to look like what's the word? A punter. Like, look like you're not knowing what you're doing. It's almost cool to look like that.
Oh, okay.
And then you roll up, and then you do these crazy tricks. Everyone's like, "Oh shit, I didn't expect that from that guy."
Yeah.
So that's I definitely noticed.
Car, eh?
Yeah. Like, people are like, "Oh shit, that guy's actually pretty good." Yeah. So, but there's some pretty cool styles out there. In Japan, I went over there. My brother lives there, and went to one of the ski fields there, and there's this mountain. Japanese are super steezy with their clothing and how they present themselves, but there was these gangster snowboard scene, and it's kind of like a rock emo kind of snowboarders, and they were all together, like having smoking and having a few drinks and snowboarding, and just their outfits. It was like, man, this is crazy. And then they're good riders as well. So
like a snowboard gang.
Yeah. It was like a little snowboard streetwear culture up on the mountains.
Damn.
Yeah.
The only like kind of snow kind of wear that I'm familiar with would be Helly Hansen. Is Helly Hansen a snow?
Yeah, Helly Hansen. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I don't really know much about them, but yeah.
I only know Helly Hansen because of like New York rappers, like they would wear those jackets and stuff.
Yeah.
It's the only kind of like North Face jackets and all
North
that kind of.
Face.
Yeah.
Patagonia.
Yeah, I don't know if it's snowboarding per se, but definitely like outdoor winter wear, right?
Yeah. And then Supreme, North Face. That's another. Like, I saw this family up on the mountain. They were all decked out in Supreme North Face snowboard gear. I was like, hey, that's another level.
Like the whole whānau was just
Yeah.
I
was like, shit.
The Yakuza money.
Yeah, hard out. Balling. Yeah.
I think maybe one day I'll get there. I'll definitely have to take my kids at least. Take them to this. I've taken them to the snow once, but I was too chicken to do anything.
Yeah.
I'm laughing at myself now that I think about it.
It's a pretty intimidating place as well. Like,
I didn't want to get in anyone's way. Like, I didn't want to hurt anyone or like cause an accident or that kind of thing. I was like, oh, I'm just gonna stay on the side and watch from here.
Yeah. Have a coffee, chill out.
Yeah, hard out, bro.
How's your I saw you started the page up. How's your selling page? How's that going?
It's starting off real slow, but I expected it to as well.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to separate kind of other stuff that I was doing.
Yeah.
And the selling page. So I thought, I'll go do that. Even finding a name for that, bro, was hard. Like, I was just like, man, what's this? It's just dirty washing.
Yeah.
I kind of like the metaphor of like, finding stuff too, like clothes and repurposing them, whether you recycle or resell them, and just like taking dirty washing and turning it into something. One man's junk is another man's treasure type of thing. and that's the kind of thing that I really enjoy about thrifting and stuff. And I also like the history behind a lot of the clothes, but also like random glassware or a random ornament, and you look at it and it says like Kapiti Coast, New Zealand, and you think, wow,
Yeah.
I wonder what that was, like,
Yeah.
or what that was for. Or, and you showed me your hat you got from Andy,
Mm,
and like that correlation that you had between the hat and what you do on the snow.
yeah.
But
Andy's archive, shout out to him.
there's a
Some cool
road.
stuff. Yeah.
What's some of the go into thrifting, bro? Like, how have you found that? You enjoy it?
Yeah, I love it. Like my mum used to go to Save Mart when I was younger, and we used to bring me home clothes, and I was like, "Ooh, I'm not wearing that." And was like, throw it. I was like, "Nah, it'll just sit there and never touch it." And then it's crack up now because like Save Mart in Auckland, like I'd be there like every few days just checking it out, see what I can find.
Yeah.
But I love it, eh? Just I don't even care if I don't like my business is just for fun kind of thing.
Yeah.
I don't care if I can make any money off it. It's more just the hunt of finding things that are cool
Nice.
and with a story that things that I like, and then I can kind of put them out on my page or kind of share them out or sell them or keep them or whatever. But it's just cool to hunt and getting to go around New Zealand and find these like random op shops and little towns and or even just around Wellington now because I'm new here, just finding where all the op shops are now and seeing like what has the better stuff or figuring out what time to go, like what day to go. This one I work for government as a lawyer, and then down the road from my office there's an op shop called Mary Potter Hospice. And I go there like I think twice a week and just have a little hunt around.
They say, "Hi, David. How are you?"
Yeah. I think they notice me now because the guy he works there. He always wears league jerseys, and I'm like, "Oh, bro, is any Warriors jerseys coming?" Like, he's like, "Oh, we don't really get them because it's Wellington, but give me your number and I'll let you know if we get them." So I'm like,
choice.
I'm like, "Oh, hopefully I haven't got a text yet, but hopefully one day he'll text me." Chasing a 95 jersey. Yeah, I got one from NZ Jersey Hunter. That's how I met him originally. I bought one for my dad for his 70th birthday. I bought him one. So he used to have a Warrior. Whenever he does like handyman stuff, he'll wear that jersey. But I managed to find him a brand new one from Jersey Hunter, Jersey Hunter, and that kind of got him for his birthday. Yeah. But thrifting in general, no, I love it. It's funny.
Man, I would say I'm addicted to it. Yeah, I'd go as far as that. Like,
yeah, it's frozen.
We good now? I can still hear you, bro.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, bro. Maybe on my end.
You're on mute.
All right.
There you go. I don't know what happened there.
It was my end, bro.
Oh, so, oh.
Yeah, my internet cut out for some reason.
Oh, bugger.
And it cut back in. Sorry, bro. You were talking about your dad's birthday present.
Yeah. Yeah. So he's got this Warriors jersey from '95 that he wears whenever he goes to the dump or paints or does any kind of housework, and it's like covered in like paint and like crap. And I'm like, fuck, what a waste. But anyway, I got him a new jersey from NZ Jersey Hunter for his birthday. It was his 70th. So managed to find one before the prices went crazy.
Oh, okay. Lucky,
yeah. So I got one of him start of last year. Yeah, so that was pretty cool.
I hope he's not bloody doing jobs on it.
Nah, he's not. He's not. But hopefully, yeah, one day in the will, hopefully those two jerseys got my name on there.
How many siblings you competing with, bro?
So I got my little brother Kai, and then I got 3 older siblings.
So what's that?
Yeah,
5 of yous.
5, yeah. And one of my older siblings is a hard out league head, so.
Oh, bro.
So yeah, we'll see how that goes down.
Just remember who got that for you, Dad.
Yeah, hard out. I think I wrote that in the card, eh? Please return this back to me when you pass on. Oh,
Man, that's cool. Yeah, bro. Are you Warriors, man?
yeah, that's why I actually pulled these out for the
Yeah, boy.
I don't know what year that's from, but I remember that's when Kevin Campion used to play at the Warriors.
Bro, he was mean, eh?
Yeah,
Remember that punch
yeah,
off he had with
yeah,
Whipkey?
with Webke and the Broncos. Yeah, but we went to this open day at Ericsson Stadium back then. It's Mount Smart now.
I
And
still call it Ericsson, bro.
Ericsson, yeah,
Yeah.
and all the
Habit.
players were there, and we're just it was mean day. Got I think got so many signatures on that thing. So yeah, bit of history. Keep that with me.
Yeah, like I've never seen those before too, so that's cool.
Yeah, yeah. Stacey Jones was there. Who else was there? Owen Guttenbeer. I remember Clinton Torpy.
Wow. He was mean, bro. Clinton Torpy.
He was mean.
Yeah.
That left. Was he left centre? Or wing?
I just remember him being deceptively quick.
Mm.
Like he didn't look, but then man, he was.
Yeah. And there was also when Ali Lautiti, Henry Fa'afili.
Yeah.
And they used to do all those celebrations. I remember he did the coconut celebration.
Henry Fa'afili was the man for those.
Yeah, that was mean. That was like my golden era of the Warriors. I sort of remember like some of the plays and just like being amazed from all the stuff they used to do. And yeah, bring it back.
Who's your favorite, bro? Who's your favorite? Like, if you could pick all time, who's your favorite Warrior player?
I think Sean Johnson. Eh?
Oh yeah,
yeah. He's just got like I've been gutted when he left the Warriors, and I always kind of just for bed I'll just sometimes chuck on his highlights and just look at his videos. Bro, his highlight reel is
the tissues up.
Insane. Insane. And then this year when they announced he's coming back, I remember texting like my brother, my dad, he's coming back.
Yeah.
So, no, I'm pumped to have him back in the team. Yeah.
I forgot he was coming back. And I think I was talking to Josh about it, and he reminded me. I was like, "Oh shit, that's right, he's coming back." Crack up that you say that. I got some news today. One of the bros from here, I'm in Kauru. He lived around the corner from me, but he just signed with the Storm.
True.
So I'm quite stoked.
What's his name?
Willie Warbrick, bro. He just got him a silver medal in the All Black Sevens.
Yeah.
So he came back from Japan, and then it's from the sounds of things, Bellamy was after him.
Yeah.
I think they caught wind, bro, that he was a league player. So he was a leaguey, then went to rugby because that's all we have in our town.
Yeah.
So our closest rugby club is in the next town, which is Te Teko, and they have a rugby club. And then he just ended up going there, and then he just cracked the New Zealand Sevens team, and then now he's off to Melbourne, play for the Storm.
That's a main place to go as well, because you're going to get so much, good training, good coaches, be in a good environment.
It's like going to the Lakers, bro, if you're in the NBA.
Yeah.
That's how I kind of see the Melbourne Storm. Like, you're going to a franchise with a winning culture.
I used to hate them, but now that they've got way more Kiwis and especially Māori in their team, it's like, oh, they're all good now.
Bro, I remember, like, who was there? Tawera Nico was there. Stephen Kearney was there. I almost felt like they didn't win. They can't win without Kiwis, bro. Let's just put it that way. Like, I'll just keep that story up,
Yeah. Because we got Brandon Smith, Jerome Hughes,
Bromwell brothers.
Yeah.
Oh, Bromwich, sorry.
Bromwich, yeah.
There's a few, man. And there's been a few over the years too.
I remember meeting one of the Bromwich brothers. Who's the brother? We've got Kenny and
Jesse.
Jesse, yeah, I met Jesse. I was at this kind of party up in Auckland, and we had to get this bus to this venue, and we're sitting in this bus, and I was like, "Oh, bro, I know you," and blah blah blah.
Not the drunk, bro.
Yeah. And I was telling him about I play rugby league. I'm in the under 85s at Point 2 Pirates. I was telling him, and then I was like, "Oh, who do you play for?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm at the Storm." And I was like, "Oh, fuck. Yeah, me." I just felt like such a bot. So I just clicked afterwards. I was like, "Oh, fuck it, Jesse."
Bro, I play for the fucking Kiwis.
Yeah. And I was like, "Oh, under 85s." mate.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
How did you go that season?
I remember that was a hard season. Yeah, we just had struggled getting numbers with players. Yeah, so I played soccer all my life. And then
Oh, cool.
I made the switch at I think I was 21 to rugby league.
How'd you enjoy it?
Man, loved it.
Oh,
I
man.
was better at league than I ever was at soccer.
Oh, okay.
I just found it more natural.
Yeah.
The only reason I didn't play because I was quite little, so I didn't want to get smashed. But I was like, oh, I've been to the gym, a little bit more confidence. I was like, oh, fuck, I'll just give it a go.
Yeah.
And then that was me. Played 4 years, but every year I had to move club because I'd go back and there wasn't enough players or everyone was overweight, so we couldn't field a squad.
Yeah.
So I went from Point Chev Pirates to Mount Albert to Chattatu Roosters and then back to Point Chev Pirates. But it was so fun. Played hooker, halfback, played 13, kind of the ball playing forward. But under 85s was crack up because everyone's fit and fast as well. So you'll like step forward and you'll be like, I'm late a bolt, and then you just get smashed from behind because some forward would catch you because they're pretty quick. Yeah.
Man, that'd be crack up.
Yeah, it was good fun. But man, just
faster game? Was it faster game?
Yeah, faster game, physical.
Sounds like it.
I think just my body wasn't conditioned for all the impact. Like I just got so many injuries.
Oh yeah.
Like torn biceps and chipped elbows and just everything. Yeah, concussion and yeah.
Just sounds like you're putting the body on the line, for
your
teammates.
I remember I was strapped up. This guy's like, "You look like a mummy. Like how much strapping that you got?" Yeah. So I had 1 too many concussions and then kind of called it. Now I just play touch because you can step people and not get smashed. So
still get the same vibe.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I was terrible at touch only because I was a big target. You could just easily touch me.
Yeah,
this is a waste of time.
It's a different game as well. On the touch field, it's just quick play the balls, and you don't really want to step everyone. You just want to get up the field, and
yeah. I think too. I'll be honest. This is too much cardio for the bro. Like, because they ain't doing that cardio. Like, I'm a. Give me 4 hit-ups, cousin, and sub me off.
Yeah, done. That's what it's good about touch, rolling subs.
Yeah. Gosh, my league career didn't last long, but yeah, I've never played Union ever, bro.
Right, yeah.
Sorry, hang on, I lie. I played like under 11s or something, but I never played at any higher level than that. And it never appealed to me, but I've always just rugby league, like I love it. I don't know what it is. And then I don't know if I have a favorite warrior or do I? I don't know. I have a favorite league player, bro, and it's just Sonny Bull, bro. Like
Sonny,
yeah, I can't go past the bro. Like I think me and him might be the same age, or he might be a bit older than me, but when he came onto the scene, bro, I just felt like I've never seen anything like him. I was like, damn, I've never seen anyone play like him.
Yeah.
Like, do what he
went to my high school as well.
You Max?
Yeah, Max, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
One of my
I didn't think I was there when he was there, but
okay.
You heard the legend.
Oh, reals?
Yeah.
Just this. You guys had a few legends though.
Couple, yeah.
I remember I went to watch St. Paul's versus Mags game. I was there because one of the cousins were playing. And a big ass fight broke out on the sideline. I was like, holy shit, what's going on here? And I think Gene Nami was the coach.
True. Yeah.
So like not a bad coach, not an ex-warrior as your coach.
Yeah.
Bloody hell. Yeah.
My older brother went to St. Paul's and he was one of the only Pākehā in the team playing rugby league. He went there to play league and try crack it, and I think he made Auckland was the highest, but yeah. St. Paul's, when we told him we're going Mags, he's like, nah.
Yeah.
Not happy. Because those two schools beef. Back then anyway.
Yeah. St. Paul's legendary school. I'd love to like do a bit of digging into like the league player productivity and where they've come from, like what schools they went to, because I'd be surprised at the amount of league players that went rural. Like unknown schools, like the likes of like Isaac Luke and stuff. Like
Yeah.
it'd be really interesting to see. Like, I wonder what school they went to and
And I
how.
think even like Quade Cooper and then from Whakatane and Isaac John from
Oh
Whakatane.
no, Tokoro. They're from Tokoro.
Oh, Tokoro.
Yeah,
Tokoro.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Benji's
yeah.
from Whakatane.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
All right,
Because
Tokoro's
that's
in it.
close to Kawerau, eh?
Yeah, bro. They're our
Yeah,
little
yeah.
brother, bro. Just
Yeah,
saying.
that's right.
No.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Man, Tokoro's produced some bloody talents. Like not just there's Quaid, there's like Isaac John, there's who else is there? Sean Maitland, Kevin Mialamu.
True. Yeah.
I'm sure I'm missing someone else. Oh, there's a few anyway, bro.
Mm.
Yeah. And then there's like Zane Tetivano, he was at Newcastle Knights.
Yeah.
So they got a whole range of talent. And I think they got a few black ferns as well. Like
True. Yeah.
yeah. Talented little towns.
What's the thrift scene like in Kawerau?
Bro, it's mean, bro, because it's
Yeah.
just me, eh? Like
Yeah.
bro, I've got the cream of the crop, eh? Just go in
Right.
and everything's waiting for me.
Yeah.
Just walk in, it's like, oh nah.
What's the best thing you found there?
And I think like generally speaking, what people would consider like graily type of stuff, I found a few like jerseys there.
Yep.
Yeah, hair, sorry. Otherwise I've found some like interesting pieces, like random stuff from America from like 70s. Like no kind of like high value in terms of trends or like fashion trends and stuff, but I've always enjoyed the vintage stuff. Yeah, like the interesting. Like I actually found some stuff today, Brad. It's right next to me. I'll show you. Like I found some camp tees, bro.
Oh, American camp tees.
Yeah, American camp tees.
Yeah.
This one here. It's on the Screen Stars tag as well, which is cool.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. So it's on the you can see
there. Yeah.
Screen Stars tag.
It's interesting learning. I didn't really know much about all the tags before I started the page, so it's been interesting learning it as I go and seeing what's good. Oh yeah.
Camp New York one, single stitch.
Nice.
I mean, like for me, I don't see much resale value in them, but I grabbed them because I don't want them to go to the dump and stuff too.
Yeah.
Like I'm sure I can find a home for that. So I always pick those sort of things up.
Yeah. What's the have you ever found or seen something and then you regretted not getting it?
Oh geez. My sister, I didn't get it. So my sister was at a knot in Hamilton. She sent me a photo of a Canterbury of New Zealand Southland rugby jersey, like one of the ones like huge value. I can't remember which one it was, but it was like, yeah, they're pretty high value, highly sought after. And then I messaged her back and I said, can you grab it for me? And then she's like, oh, I just left. So I go, oh, can you turn around? And then she was like, nah, G. And I was like, what the fuck? Go back and get it. That's kind of like a memorable one, but for me, not really. I always have like I have not a hard out kind of criteria or anything, but I always am pretty content with what I've left. Yeah, I'm not too. And I like huge believer in like what you put out to the universe, and then you might miss out on something, it'll come back around eventually. Yeah. What about you?
There's this one hoodie I found at the tip shop in Wellington, and it was a shorties hoodie, and it was like faded and like ripped and dirty as shit. And I picked it up and I was like, this is mean. And my partner's like, ooh, put that down. And I was like, are you sure? I was like, this is good. She's like, no, don't touch that. Like, don't get it. It's yuck. And I just remember going home and then later that day seeing it on Instagram. And then it got sold and then sold again to another page. I think I was going for like...
I actually remember that hoodie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it went round and I think it was like $1 when I saw it. And then it was getting up to like 150 or something, or even higher.
I can't remember who had that.
I can't remember his page's name. But yeah, that was one piece I was like, fuck, Should have grabbed it.
I know what shorty's hoodie you're talking about.
Yeah, it was kind of faded black.
It wasn't that bad, bro.
I think when I saw it, it was like dirty, like it was.
Oh, okay.
And at the tip shop, it's just kind of, it's a bit grubby there, and it's not like a nice op shop.
Yeah.
Tip shop's a bit, it's just before going to the landfill. It's been saved.
Yeah.
So
you're the last line of defense.
The last line. Yeah. But no, I'm just trying to be, at least now, like I'm trying to set a rule on myself. Like if I wouldn't wear it, like don't get it.
Nice.
Just so I can leave things for other people, and then I'm not accumulating heaps of stuff here, because I don't like, I like collecting stuff, but I don't like clutter as well. That's another big thing. So just having enough for me, and then some to sell, and that's it. Yeah,
that's cool, bro. It's a nice way to do it. Keeps everything in order. I have a friend of mine, she's in Gold Coast. She has a $5 rule. So if it's more than $5, no matter what it is, she doesn't get it.
True. Yeah.
Which I think is like pretty insane. That's pretty.
Yeah.
I'm like, come on.
Notice some op shop prices are going up a little bit.
Yeah, hard out, eh? Shit, yeah.
Save Mart was the first one I noticed the prices going up back in when I was at uni. Like it was almost like, oh, what's the point? You might as well just go buy brand new, because some of the prices are pretty high.
Yeah, I must say that too, bro. Like I saw a Swan Dry bush shirt in my local Save Mart is Rotorua, and so it was $250, bro. And I was just like, you might as well get a new one.
Yeah, you can't even sell them second hand for $250. Like if you're like, I don't know, a seller or.
I've never seen one go for anything close to that, to be honest.
Yeah. What's his name? Andy's Vintage Archive had one on his page, which was beautiful bush shirt, like a different colorway as well. I think he had on Trade Me last week. That was mean.
Yeah, he likes his fancy colorways, that guy.
Yeah. Chris.
Shit, yeah. Now the thrifts down here are pretty choice, bro. Like, I do like I look at the community as well, like the population of my community. So much so, bro, that I went on to Stats NZ, bro, to research. So I wanted to know who was in my community in terms of like demographics. And I found that like heaps of boomers live here, and like lots of people come to my town to retire. So we have like a huge community of grey power. And so, they're almost coming to their time. I feel bad saying that, but they and a lot of their stuff does end up at the ops. So I kind of like put two and two together and think, these people are well traveled, they've done traveling, they've been overseas, they've collected things, they've hoarded stuff, because they're all hoarders. And so like it's really cool when I go to my local op shops, because you do see some really interesting and fun and cool stuff, and you ask questions, and the ladies at my locals, they're pretty used to me now. They just love having a yarn too. So I always ask them, what is this? When was this? And they'll tell you that, that was back when Bulger was in Parliament. I'm like, oh, mean. So that's kind of like the scene here. They've just opened a hospice shop here as well, like another. So I got 4 op shops in my little town now. So
it's because they always open like next to each other. So you can kind of just walk. Or is that the same in your town?
My town's walkable distance anyway, bro. Like it's really small enough. So we got 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 op shops here, bro. Which is really interesting, because I think we might have more. No, we don't have more than Whakatane. And then another store, another location for me is Whakatane. I go there quite a lot as well. And they got good stuff. I usually do quite all right there. But I used to travel in my old job. I used to travel quite a lot. So I would always just stop in here, there, and everywhere. Like I'd be in Auckland one week, I'd be in Hamilton another, I'd be somewhere else, Taupo the next. So I would always I was quite lucky in that sense, that I was able to just whip in on my way somewhere, or on a lunch break or something. So what's one of those off the beaten road kind of shops that you've come across? Because I seen you were you were close to Martinborough, or what, Wairarapa?
Yeah, Wairarapa. That's a good spot. I was there on Labour weekend, so obviously been smashed by everyone coming through the area.
Yeah.
But yeah, Waitanapa is pretty good. Masterton, a really good spot is Woodville, which is
Oh,
between. So
the second-hand
my
shops, eh?
my old
Yeah.
lady lives in Hawke's Bay, so when I go visit her, I'll stop there.
Yeah.
And yeah, I found some mean stuff there. Even like my partner's into furniture. And we found this like amazing like bit of furniture that sits under our TV. It's called a glory box.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it's like a box that goes under the TV and put stuff in it, but looks mean for like I don't know $50, and then you see them for sale for like thousands. So
Yeah,
it's like
bro.
yeah, but
Do you,
just go to those places and finding the hat bins and like hunting through all the hat bins and t-shirt. I found like an old school body glove like jumper in one of those shops, which is cool. So yeah,
That's
yeah,
cool how you can associate what you found to different stores as well. Like,
yeah,
I remember I found that there,
yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
because what is it? Mary Potter's Mary.
Mary Potter Hospice.
Yeah, got
Yeah,
your
it's
spot,
down
eh?
here. Yeah, a
There
little
are
bit more
those.
expensive than the
Oh,
other
okay.
ones. The
Is that
one,
mind you? You're in the city, though, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
in the city. So yeah, what are the cheaper ones? Are probably SPCA is usually pretty cheap prices. Salvation's getting up there now.
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
yeah,
Our ones aren't too bad. Like our SPCA ladies, they do crazy shit like 10-cent sales.
oh, holy hell!
Yeah, bro.
I've never seen that before.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like I've put stuff on the counter and I've got like 13 things and they're just like, oh yeah, $1.30. I'm like, oh, kia
whoa,
ora.
yeah,
And then our Sally's down here in Whakatane, they're pretty dope, man. They're like, doesn't matter what it is, they're just like $2.
yeah,
Like
true.
could be anything, no matter what. Like from the dopest like piece of clothing to like a average Kmart tee,
Yeah,
everything's just $2.
true.
Yeah, so
So
been
do
quite
when you bring it home, do you like clean it up and fix things up and
yeah, big
it's
time,
your
bro.
process?
So the first thing is wash,
Yeah.
like, and then I kind of decide what needs a soak,
Mm.
like what actually needs a soak, and then what just needs a wash.
Yeah.
And then after that, just go from there. And then there's some stuff that I find in the ops that I'm like, oh, I'm gonna fix this. And I think I've seen you were fixing something
Mm.
recently. Yeah.
Yeah, that Nike jacket thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
I put it on and I zipped it up and the zip just came off and I was like,
oh,
oh,
you
fuck.
broke it.
Yeah. So I had to fix it up. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I go from there really. Hats, like if it needs a reshape, I'll reshape it.
Yeah.
If something needs a lint clean, just get the shaver out and
Yeah. Those shavers are gold, eh?
they're mean, man.
Yeah.
They're fun.
Yeah.
Like I wish I had that a long time ago. I wouldn't have thrown out so many lint bloody infested clothes I had.
Sometimes I see my cousins. I'm, oh, let me lint shave that. Let me get that out. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like but everything needs to go wash. Like that's kind of stock standard for me. And then whatever needs.
How do you store your stuff? Do you like hang it up, or I've seen people put it in boxes, or
see those bins?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So I just use bins, bro.
Okay.
When I got serious about it, I actually got my garage fixed, and like I wanted to make sure that like any inventory that because I store everything in my garage, so any inventory that I do have, I know it's going to be safe and protected from the weather and whatnot. So I put a bit of cash into my garage. But yeah, so I just store my stuff in bins really, like, and then I have like my your go-to graily stuff that you have in the special place. I keep that stuff inside in my house, but otherwise I kind of operate out of my office, I call it, but it's just my garage.
Cool.
What about you, bro? What's your process? Similar?
Yeah, definitely hats, like clean and soak them. It's cool seeing like Percy's Vintage. He's got some good kind of hat kind of reshaping videos that he had on his page, so I kind of followed them. And then t-shirts, soak them, get the lint shaver out, and then I started like folding them the way like shops fold them.
Oh yeah.
Because then I noticed when you put them on top of each other, they stay like crisp.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then when you send them out, they're like crisp and ready to go. So you let us go. And also like they just look way nicer. I used to have like a rack in this is my spare room. I have a rack in here with all of them hung up. But I've kind of got rid of that because it looked a bit messy and my partner was getting a bit ho-ha with all the clothes in there. So yeah. Just gotta be mindful of it's both of our space, not just mine. So, yeah. Yeah. But the shoes, got the shoes all there. I usually do like a good clean of the sneakers and got this good product that I use and brushes and shoe trees to put them inside and keep them nice and like crisp while they dry. And yeah. I kind of really like the whole before and after process.
Yeah.
Cleaning things up and then taking a photo of them like, fuck, it looks mean. Yeah.
That's dope. I love that, man. I love that because you appreciate your work, right? Like
yeah.
And you do have a more of appreciation for the piece as
Yep.
well.
Yeah.
That's
One
dope.
example is I bought at the tip shop where that day with the hoodie, I left that, but I picked up this bike for my partner. It's this GT Palomar 1990s like old school mountain bike. And it was I think it was $14 and I picked it up and I put it in the boot and she's like, "Ooh, what is that for?" I was like, "Oh, this is for you. Like I'm gonna do it up for you." And she's like in the back seat because the seats are folded down. She had to put it in the back and the wheels like pressed against your face and she's like, oh. But anyway, I did it up and I took it to the bike shop. It cost me a little bit of money, but it looks mean now. And we've been on a few rides with it. So yeah, just that before and after process, it looks, enjoy that.
Do you like I love the kind of like environmentally and socially consciousness of like reselling and thrifting and stuff as well, because like you just brought up that bike and I'm like, I actually haven't done anything as big as that or like as like I've repurposed a few items, but no, I actually haven't done a bike yet. Or
my old barber up in Auckland, he loves those kind of style bikes. They're kind of old school 90s mountain bikes.
Are those the ones with like the weird handlebars?
Some of them, they're the fixie kind of racing bikes, but this is like a mountain bike kind of style. I put like new tires on it and got methylated spirits and cleaned the whole thing down. So it looked like it was used, but it looked nicely used, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And spray painted the tires black, so it looks all like mint now. And it's fun. It was fun. Yeah. The next thing is I want to get this basket for the front of it. It's like a flat tray called the pizza tray.
Yep.
So when I go to the gym, I can put my bag on it and bike to the gym. Yeah. But it's that thing. It's like $100. I don't money on a tray and the bike was $15.
Shit, yeah. It's cool. I love that you recycled it though, you repurposed it, I suppose, and upcycled it. That's dope. Damn, I haven't ridden a bike in a long time. I went to the shop, I bought my missus a Flash, I don't know, it almost costs like the same as a small car, but it was expensive, bro.
Yeah.
And then I bought it for her, and then I was like, I'm gonna buy me one, but then they couldn't find me one that fit me. So I was like,
they're not cheap, eh? Yeah, that's why I was kind of stoked to do one up because I know how expensive they are.
Yeah, man.
And that was cool.
I met a guy, I used to work with a guy who did triathlons, and he came to work on his bike, and he told me to pick it up. He goes, pick it up with one finger. I picked it up with one finger. He's like, see how light that is? And then he goes, you're holding $11,000. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, true.
Like, 11,000. He goes, yeah, mate. Da, 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 da. I started talking all the science and fiberglass. Then da da da. I was like, too much, my bro.
Yeah, that was what I could about doing the bike up. Is that like from the vintage stuff? I've met vintage people and clothing people, but from the bike I posted on my page, and I met this guy who does bikes. That's his life. Like does also bikes. I think his name's Toasties.
Toasties.
But he sent me some parts for it, some like cheap parts to help me fix it up, and it's just cool on the gram, like connecting with all these different niches, and
Yeah, man.
like you got your vintage, you got your hat people, you got sneakers, bikes, there's so many different
Jerseys.
jerseys, yeah, everything, yeah.
I love the community element to it. I
Mm,
think that's one of the things that I wanted to do with the podcast is like just bring heaps of people along from different,
yeah,
like.
yeah. I've been seeing like who you've been getting on. I'm like, oh man, I know them, I know them. That's cool. Yeah,
Nah, that's been pretty cool. Like you brought up Percy's. Me and Percy's had a big old yarn, eh?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Nah, the bro Matt was mean, and he was telling me like we are cracking up because he's pretty open dude, and he was sharing
Mhm.
like how his name's not actually Percy,
Yeah, yeah.
but he just
So what's
goes
his
with the
real
name
name?
Matt. His name's
Oh,
Matt.
Matt. Yeah,
Yeah,
sorry, Matt.
yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Sorry, Matt. Yeah,
But he's just like, fuck it, own
yeah.
it.
Have you met
Nah,
the bro from Topor? Uh, Stevie, vintage, vintage snaps and caps.
nah, but that's his bro, eh? That's who he
Yeah,
does the lives with. Nah, not
mm,
yet. Actually, I should reach out to him after this. Actually, see if
yeah.
he'd be
He's
keen.
he's a cool dude. I met him in Topor. I just stopped off. I was on my move from Wellington to Auckland to Wellington, and I stopped at this burger shop, and he's like, "Oh, you're anniversary vintage." I'm like, "Oh yeah, what's up?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm vintage snaps and caps," and I was like, "Oh fuck, hey bro." Yeah. So just had a mean yarn at the burger shop, and he runs the main burger shop in Topor to get the name. But yeah, and I was like, oh man, and I was like, man, this is cool that people are recognizing from the page and can have a mean
Big
chat and
time,
connect as well. So
big time.
yeah,
Heck yeah.
cool
Just
community.
love the community. Yeah, like
Mm,
I talked to Retromania as well.
yep.
And he was talking to me about how like he only started up his page last year sometime,
Mm,
or it's been 18 months or something, and like how like he's got all these new mates.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
He's all these new mates, and it's been pretty cool. And you get to meet all these different people who share similar interests, and
yeah.
nah, it's been wicked, eh? Like, and even just learning, bro. Like, I love learning about stuff. And
Mm,
I know Josh from Too Much, my bro, and Andy definitely have had like an impact on me since talking to them,
yeah.
especially around New Zealand stuff. Like,
Mm,
my appreciation for vintage New Zealand's gone up
yeah.
heaps now.
Same here.
Oh
Same
yeah,
here.
dope.
Yeah, yeah. It's kind of I remember buying when I first started the page, like buying American stuff, and I'm like, oh, I've got no connection to this stuff at all.
Hmm.
Like I like NBA, but I don't sort of have a team that I support. I don't know any players. And
Yeah,
I felt like a real phony when people were like, "Oh, you like that team?" or "Oh, Dallas Cowboys." And I'm like, "Oh, I've never watched the game." So, so I think I've really switched in like finding my purpose or what things that I like the Warriors. Like I love the Warriors, so
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
just hunting for that stuff or like the that Desert Road hat. Like it's got a connection, so I can have a story to it. Or
yeah,
yeah, so yeah, getting away from the stuff that I don't really connect with. Yeah,
yeah.
and that's why that Andy's page is cool because it's got so much connections to New Zealand.
Heck yeah. It was a
Mm.
real cool convo I had with him, eh? I think oh no, Percy's so Matt's podcast will drop this week, and then Andy's after that. Yeah.
Cool. Man.
So those will be really cool. I learned heaps from both of those guys, and it was real cool to just have it just like how we are now, like just chill
Yeah.
and just chat and
Yeah.
cordial. Yeah. Nah, it's been mean. What's the so you a lawyer by day, reseller by night? What's some of the like what's some of your finds, bro? Like what's some of your best finds that you've ever found, or
Yes,
stuff that
fine.
you consider grails, or even stuff that you have just in the personals?
So I'd probably say like I haven't come across like a super grail yet, like a Warriors. Oh, I found this Warriors cap on Facebook Marketplace. Like I find nowadays, like apart from the op shops, you can find a lot of things online, like Trade Me or just random
Yeah.
things for cheap or eBay. I actually found this super dope All Blacks Canterbury jacket from the early '90s
Oh, cool.
on a Depop.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I got it for my partner for her birthday. Surprised her, and she like loves it, and like every time she gets a chance to wear it, gets super heaps of compliments, and she's like, "Oh, this jacket's mean." So I think that's like one of probably one of my best finds is the jacket I got for her. But yeah, I guess like I like sneakers, so a lot of the things I'll find, I'll like sell them and then use that to get my sneaker that I really like.
Cool.
Yeah. So this is one. I got this the other day. Came in the mail. The MX one. They did a collab with Patta.
Dope.
And Patta's, I think they're from Amsterdam. It's a streetwear brand. But they've got a big history of collaborations, and this is the first one they've done in a few years. So yeah, stoked to get this one. So yeah, all the stuff I sell kind of goes towards this kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just so it, yeah, it's a nice way to. I don't chew up all my money on sneakers. Like it kind of just gets fed back into the clothing fund, I guess. Yeah.
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 That's dope. You big into jerseys or anything?
I just want the Warriors, some of the 95. I bought a Puma one, but I got it in the mail and it was stink. Like I tried the lint shave and it didn't work, and it was just had all the fluff on it and wasn't going away. So yeah, the kind of the grey and black Warriors jersey, the 95 classic Canterbury one. I'd love a white one as well. So yeah, they're things that I'm just saving up for in the background, and then when hopefully NZ Jersey Hunter, I'll find one on his page and buy it off him or something. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure he sent me he tagged me in a story today. He had like a Lenko one with tags.
I saw that. Yeah.
Damn, bro.
But at the moment, my cash is Christmas is coming up, so I've just got to be a bit more sensible. And then next year, I'll wait for next year and do it then. So
don't have that Warriors 95 cash on me at the moment.
Nah. No. But yeah, those are probably the main things at the moment. And then I was talking to there's this guy called Bop Shop. He's in Porirua. Yeah, I met him the other night. He came and picked up some shoes. Cool dude. Yeah, it was nice to meet someone local. But he's got heaps of wrestling t-shirts. So
yeah,
I was a hard out wrestling fan. I was I got any Rey Mysterio t-shirts. So hopefully he said he was going to have a look, and I think he's got one. So
yeah.
But wrestling even that like niche is expensive. Like some of those t-shirts. Yeah.
I got a good friend of mine who pretty much just buys up all my wrestling tees, but he's like super into it, like full on. So much so that he's my wrestling tee guy. Like I get bro, what is this? He's like, I'll go research.
Do you have any Rikishi t-shirts?
I got a Umanga kids one. But like it's a kids one, bro. But I'm still like, nah, I can't let that go because it's the bro Umanga. Like but otherwise, because I sold my bro that I was talking about, I sold him my Undertaker and DDP. So I sent him those, and then I got in some Stone Colds from the bro Recycle up in Tauranga.
Yeah.
And then I don't know. I got an Ultimate Warrior, 1988.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Oh, it's fireworks. Like what the hell is that sound?
Oh, possum.
Ooh. Kia ora, kaore. Oh my gosh, I don't know. He'd be hearing this all month now. Yeah.
There's what are some other t-shirts that you're into, like vintage styles or
just stuff that comes from childhood, like wrestling, as we talk about, rugby league, rugby, what else is there? Then you got your anime stuff. Movie stuff is always kind of like I've always been interested in that kind of thing. And then what else is there? I think it's kind of forever evolving though. Like I've found my taste in things change as the older I get. But like my appreciation for swan joys, like really growing, and even like R.M. Williams stuff. And rod and gun stuff, like I'm starting to really appreciate the workmanship and the history behind the label. And it's been interesting, like because I grew up I kind of still dress the same as when I was like 14, to be honest. But I do find there's some other stuff being added to my collection. But yeah, I'm pretty average, very simple, like just the normal Kiwi kind of kid. Just I'll wear NBA, I'll wear whatever, like rugby's, because we're into quite a lot of stuff. As Kiwis, like we're exposed to a lot of stuff as well. So, what about you, bro? Like I know I've seen some people get into tennis as well. Like,
Tennis, yeah.
yeah.
I think I've just been trying to narrow it down to what I like and what I've done in my past, and then connect it to that. So one thing I've been looking for is like a Fast and Furious t-shirt. Like I love that first movie.
Nice.
But yeah, I found some online, but they're just super expensive. So just keeping an eye on maybe one more pop up. Just have my saved searches. So one day maybe a cheap Fast and Furious t-shirt. Tennis is another one I played when I was younger. So I even noticed some of their new kind of Nike tennis gears that have come out look pretty cool. But it'd be cool to find a vintage version of it. Yeah.
Yeah, I love tennis. Like any Agassi stuff here, like, oh,
Yeah.
that's dope.
Yeah.
Agassi was my guy. I like Pete Sampras, but I was an Agassi dude. I just like the attitude and the swagger. Yeah.
And then I guess like artists that I used to like, or still like, Limp Bizkit was one that I really enjoyed. So I found a t-shirt, vintage tee from them. What's one? Jurassic 5 hip hop.
Nice, yeah. Charlie Tuna.
I'd love to find a t-shirt from them. The stuff that represents my youth growing up or things I like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've got quite a broad taste, I reckon, New Zealanders. Like, you know, I think Andy talked about it, and so did Matt. He talked about like punk music, loving punk music, but he listens to a lot of hip hop, and so it's real cool. Bandsies are cool. My son actually loves like bandsies. Like he wears like Led Zeppelin and like stuff that I'm like, bro, I didn't even raise you on that stuff.
Yeah,
like, he just
I
loves
could never
it.
wear it. I don't listen to it, so I could never wear it.
Nah,
but it's cool, that stuff. Like I appreciate it, but I'm like, can't
well, I gave him the old name an album.
Yeah, it's very
and he's like, he said it right, like like name a song on the album. He's like I'm like, oh, okay.
You can wear it.
You can wear it. You're worthy.
Yeah.
It's like people that wear Harley tees but don't own a Harley.
Exactly.
So it's like, oh, come on, bro. But I've like, it's interesting you talk about how like that connection, right, to American sports. I always found my connection was through rappers. Like I'd only like to wear like gridiron shirts because that's what they wore on Boys in the Hood, and like Ice Cube wore it. So
Raiders gears,
man. Yeah. You ever find some influence, like music as an influence in any way? Because definitely
not so much.
Sports is definite one.
Sports and movies probably more the influence. Not so much music. Yeah, definitely see the relevance of like Boys from the Hood and like some of those Ice Cube and some of those artists, but I don't rock those gears. Yeah. I saw you posted some LRG actually the other day. I was like, damn, that's old school.
Yeah. Actually, that's one of my my favorite LRG. They were actually the ones that inspired me in terms of like being environmentally and socially conscious.
True.
Because they were like on a different wave back then. Just in terms of like being, what is it? Their slogan was like underground, inventive, overground, effective, I think was their co-popper. I was like, oh, bro, I can get down with that.
Man.
And then all the trees and whatnot. So
the trees. That's what I remember. The green label.
Yeah, the trees, and then I think they went like the giraffe for a while. But their creator passed away, I think.
Oh, true.
A few years ago, quite a few years ago now. So I think the co-popper kind of changed a bit, I suppose, when the guy that created it kind of moved on. And LRG was a cool one. What else did I used to? That got me thinking now, bro. Like, what did I used to wear?
What else was there? Was Cool Jive, or Fresh Jive? LRG. Do you remember? What was it? Karmaloop.com. They used to sell all that kind of stuff.
I remember. Holy crap.
Yeah.
I mean, I used to just like the crispy white torty as well.
Yeah.
Just give me a Young Pro Club.
Yeah.
Nothing too do you find that because I was talking about the music stuff and like having the influence. Do you find like, because in my kind of like kaupapa, I try and where possible, I'll try and support New Zealand brands and stuff.
Yeah.
Even though I'm in the second-hand clothing game, I always remind myself that there is no second-hand without the first-hand.
Mm.
So like in some areas too, I like to try and support, not fast fashion clothing brands, but I do like to support like small businesses and clothing brands, especially New
Yeah.
Zealand ones.
Yeah.
Are there any ones that kind of stand out for you?
Yeah, I got a mate I went to high school with, Megs. His name's Josh Hears, and he ran Earl's Collection
Oh, nice.
with his mate Lewis Brown, the ex-Warrior. But so
Yeah, I know Earls. Yeah.
yeah. So they started that together, which is cool to see some of the designs and stuff they came out with. But then he ended up starting this. He left Earl's and started up a new brand called Porter James Sports,
Okay.
and it's more of like, I think this brand's more of his style. He's quite like I wouldn't say preppy, but just quite clean cut, like nice silhouettes, classic kind of, not too much like branding, just quite like simple branding and all that kind of stuff, which is quite what I like to wear as well. I don't want to wear like quite loud stuff. I like to be little kind of labels, if that makes sense. And that's what kind of he does as well. So yeah, that's probably one guy that's New Zealand, got his own thing going. And it's just cool to see someone take the step in that direction, because it's pretty brave to like start your own brand, and
Yeah, man.
it's like an expression of yourself out there to everyone. Like, this is my creation, and to see if people like it, that's another thing. So
Hard out.
yeah,
Bro.
that's been something cool that I've liked and tried to support him. And the stuff isn't cheap, but try to buy a piece here and there, and just help out, and do as many posts as I can on Instagram just to support it that way.
Shit, yeah.
Yeah.
I love that, bro. You're gonna have to you'll send me a link, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
Porter
check it
James
out.
Sports and
Porter
link.
James Sports.
Yeah.
Dude.
He's a golfer, so some of his inspiration comes from golf.
Nice. Okay.
But then just loves like just a nice like fitted jean, like not like a nice blue jean or a nice white tee, or just simple stuff. Yeah.
I like that. It sounds like the bro has his own kind of thing going on, like his own style almost, and kind of, that's mean. I love that. It's not kind of like following the trends.
Nah.
That's dope. I can get with that.
Yeah. So
that's mean.
That's one guy, but there's so many cool New Zealand brands out there. Chicks downtown on K Road, they're another cool one. They just kind of design all their own clothes, and they're kind of almost their own style as well. Like, it's not like stuff you see every day.
Cool. I love that.
Yeah.
That's dope. I like.
And then you got your classic brands, the New Zealand brands, even like Lower. Like, I started buying some more of their t-shirts because they do really classic basics now, and cheap as well. So yeah, don't always have to buy the most expensive stuff.
There's like I think there's a bias here in the Bay of Plenty anyway, just because of like the connection of Tauranga.
Yeah.
So I think Lower and RPM get a lot of love, kind of where we are. In the real Bay, put it up there. Nah. yeah. I think they get a lot of love, and I've always enjoyed Lower stuff. Like, yeah. Who else is there? I mean, I like the small kind of, small businessy type of dudes as well. Like, I can try and support them where possible.
Another one, Fade. They're another crew in Auckland.
Oh yeah.
And they started up their own brand in the last year.
Yep.
Pretty cool. But yeah, it is cool to support the local ones, and then you don't always see everyone wearing the same stuff as well, which is quite nice.
Yeah.
And I bump into everyone wearing the same hoodie.
Mrs. bought me a nice little Sky Pirates t-shirt.
Oh, Sky Pirates is another one. Yeah.
So I can get down with a lot of their designs.
That's the guy from Homebrew, I'm pretty sure. The old. Pretty sure it's that guy. Yeah.
Not too sure. I know Lucky Lance from Team Dynamite. It's got a big part in that as well. Yeah.
That was a brand as well, Team Dynamite.
Oh, really?
Before Sky Pirates, yeah. They used to sell it at Loaded up in Auckland, yeah.
Oh man, I haven't been to that store in years.
Yeah.
You one of those guys? Just went all over K Road, Queen Street.
Yeah, because I was at Auckland University, so
Yeah.
we'll just do all the rounds. Yeah,
Yeah.
spend our student allowance on paying it back now though. Bloody hell. Yeah.
You liking what Wellington has to offer, different from Auckland?
Yeah, it's been funny coming down here, like seeing the different style of clothing and like one thing has always been baggier pants down here. Like everyone wears kind of like baggier pants, and came down a few weeks in, bought some baggy pants.
Yeah. Converted.
And I love them, mate. It's so much more comfortable. I just got so I'm 5'7", so I just got to get them taken up a little bit so they're not like stacking hard out, but just a nice fit. And yeah, I'm quite particular of how I like my clothes to fit, so always at the tailor getting it tailored. And
Let's do.
Yeah.
You think because I like to see some of your like how you were redoing the zip on the Nike jacket and stuff.
Oh yeah.
You think you're gonna take the next step into a sewing machine or anything like that?
Oh, nah, I don't know. We'll see if I find out a good one at the op shop.
I'm always like, there's a few things I'm like, oh, I could save that.
Yeah.
Like, I'll save it, and then I'll bring it home, and then I'm like, oh shit, I need a sewing machine. I'm like,
yeah.
I'll put it on my list.
Yeah.
Things to
I'd
get.
even like just to be able to take my own pants up would be mean.
Yeah, well, that's when you just brought up the tailoring thing. I was like, oh yeah, you could probably do your own stuff if you had the.
It's probably not hard. Yeah.
Well,
I know.
Yeah. The ladies at the op shop reckon it's not hard, but
hard.
Oh boy, you should just because I'm a big lady. They're always like, oh hey, there's a 4XL. I seen it, and then you go look at it. It's like, oh no, auntie.
Nah.
This is not the one, auntie.
Oh, some Anko pants.
I've been trying to like so my old man Samoan, so I trying to get myself back into like aloha shirts and like floral and flower shirts and stuff. So I've been trying to like keep an eye out for that sort of stuff in the ops.
Is it your ethnicity Samoan?
Yeah, so my old man Samoan, my mum's Pākehā Māori. Oh shit, did I cut out again?
Oh, true. Oh man. Good, thanks.
Sorry, my bro, I think I just cut out again.
That's all right. You hear me now?
Yeah, bro. Yeah, nah. Yeah. So pretty cool. It definitely growing up in a household like that definitely gives you a really interesting worldview. So having different cultures, and then also the old man coming from, well, my old man was born in New Zealand. He was like, so I'm second generation New Zealand born, and having that connection back to the islands is really interesting and humbling at the same time, because you go back. I've been back a few times now, and it's just like, oh, like real thankful that my grandparents came over here, man, because shit.
Yeah.
I mean,
any thrift shops over there?
For every shop. They actually do quite. There was a page I used to follow. There was someone who was like doing kind of thrifty stuff in Samoa.
Yeah.
Which was kind of interesting. I thought, well, that's pretty cool. But it'll be interesting. I don't know about nowadays. I know a lot of New Zealand kind of secondhand clothing kind of stopped being sent to the islands.
Yeah.
But a lot of it now is being sent towards like Papua New Guinea ways.
Yeah, I saw a page the other day, a guy in Papua New Guinea sourcing jerseys and sending them back here.
Yeah. So I know a lot of that kind of stuff. And I think too, that might be the case with Malaysia.
Yeah, Malaysia's heaps of stuff. Malaysia, Thailand, not Japan, but yeah, those spots.
So a lot of our and Josh was kind of alluding to that as well. Like a lot of our vintage stuff is just being shipped overseas, and yeah, like you said, it's getting sold back to us.
Yeah. Do you ever jump on Etsy? Have you heard of Etsy?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, there's a lot of because that's where I figured it out. There's a lot of Canterbury and stuff on Etsy because they're all in Malaysia. So yeah,
they're pretty high priced.
They are.
Man, it's like I think they almost caught on to what like some of the people here were selling them for.
Yeah,
and they've like kept those prices at that rate. It's like, oh damn. You ruined it for the rest of us,
I
guys.
know. Yeah. It's just the odd piece that you'll find. You'll be like, oh yeah, that's cheap. Or
Yeah.
yeah.
Just conscious of time, bro, and we'll finish off with a few questions, brother. And I just wanted just an opportunity to get to know you even a bit, a bit more than we have currently. And these questions are like real easy, simple questions, and it's just relating to you as a person. So the first one is I don't know, what's Spotify, bro? What you listening to at the moment? It might not be Spotify, it might be Apple, I don't know, whatever music app you're listening with.
Pretty much it's all house and drum and bass, liquid drum and bass.
Liquid drum and bass, never heard of that, my bro.
Liquid, yeah. So on the radio, you'll hear the hard drum and bass.
Okay.
But liquid's a bit more smooth and kind of a bit more relaxing.
So it's like lo-fi hip hop.
Yeah, there's a few artists out there. There's this guy called Chickarelli. He's a DJ up in Auckland, and he runs a vintage page called Fresh Vintage NZ.
Oh yeah, I know that page.
Yeah. So he's a DJ, and he's got a really good liquid drum and bass kind of show. Yeah, called the Liquid Lowdown. So
I have to check that out.
But pretty much, house and drum and bass is what I'm jamming to. Yeah.
A lot of New Zealand bands or artists.
Man, sometimes I don't even know who the artists are because I have them in my playlist. But I love this song.
Yeah.
But the artists, Technomatic and Caliber, some Netsky songs, Wilkinson, but they're more mainstream. Is more the kind of Liquid's a bit more underground. Yeah.
That's dope. Never got into that sort of music, so it's really interesting. Now you're saying that, I'm like, I'm gonna add that to my little Spotify list.
I'm a bit of a raver.
Liquid.
Yeah, love a music festival. So
yeah.
Enjoy a good dance and all that. So
that's dope. That's me. So you enjoy a good kani, bro? What about do you enjoy a good kai? What kind of food you get into, brother?
Man, Wellington's got a real good fried chicken scene. Like real good fried chicken. Lucky's fried chicken.
I'm a crab shack kind of guy there.
Yeah. Crab? Like crab?
Like I like the this crab shack down on the harbour.
Oh, that's up in Auckland.
No, the one in Wellington.
Oh, is it? I don't even
know. Seafood though.
Yeah.
You got Bear Meats Grill, is it? Bear Meats Grill? Grill Meats Bear?
There's this place up in Brewtown. It's like a brewery kind of place. And they do these big meat platters. So I love like barbecued meats.
Ooh.
Yeah. Brisket.
You got Burger?
No Burger here. No.
Was it Murder Burger?
Murder Burger. Oh, there's heaps of burger places.
Yeah, there's heaps of burger joints,
Pretty much burgers, fried chicken, meat. Yeah.
Wellington's a scene, man. Yeah. It's dope there.
That's good. And you can just walk everywhere, walk around. It's nice.
Yeah. There's like I don't know about now, but Cuba Street Market's usually good food, eh?
Cuba Street's good. Yeah, some nice dumplings and things along there.
Oh yeah.
Even the clothing shops along there. There's a few vintage shops along there now. Like a little bit more expensive, but it's cool to see like all those shops around.
Yeah, for real. I'm definitely influenced by Auckland in terms of fashion and even music, but it's always refreshing going to Wellington and be like, oh shit, this is what's happening down here.
Yeah, some funky. There's a guy I met who's been buying stuff off me, and he started up his own kind of club here, which has been closed at the moment, but I'm waiting for level 2 to be lifted so I can go to it and check it out. But he plays like house and drum and bass and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, that'd be cool.
Last question, bro. What's and these three things were something that the bro, just for kicks. Yeah. So the bro just was on there and he was like, oh, these three things help me get to know people easier. And so the last thing that he said, bro, was a memorable hiding that you got as a kid.
Hiding. Oh, I remember my brother's one, but not mine. That might be why he's in the UFC now, because he's got a hiding. But
trauma.
He took a little fun-size chocolate bar from the supermarket. And he put it in his pocket and he took it home, and my mum called him and just smacked his ass. Yeah. So I think my dad's threatened the wooden spoon, but we just started cracking up laughing and just ran off. That's about it. Yeah.
The trauma of seeing your bro is enough, like, I I ain't gonna do that.
And then I was good from there. Yeah.
Nah, mean, bro.
Yeah.
Brother David, bro, appreciate you coming on and just having a chat. Really enjoyed this quarter with you, bro, and good to get to know you and get to know, I guess, the man behind the page and the story behind the page as well has been really cool. And yeah, usually, bro, I give the last word to the guest if you've got anything. People usually feel the pressure when they're like, oh, has it got to be
What did I
wise
say?
or like inspirational?
Yeah.
But no, it's just the last word, bro. I'll just...
No, I guess just thanks for sending me a message and me like want to do a podcast, because it's just cool to be able to chat to someone from the community and just hear stories and share stories. And I love the vibe that you've been kind of putting out to everyone. So I was keen to, as soon as you asked me, I was like, oh, keen as. Yeah, of course. So no.
No, I appreciate that, bro. It's, not everyone's cup of tea, eh? Oh shit!
Yeah.
Did I cut out again?
Here we go. Back in. Can you hear me now? That's all right.
Yeah, bro. No, I really appreciate that, bro, because it's not everyone's cup of tea. Like I've reached out to a few people and they're like, oh no, I don't think I'm too shy. Or so when people are like, yeah, man, sweet as, I'm like, oh, choice. Wicked.
Yeah. Makes it easy. And then no, I enjoyed that chat. It was fun.
No, it's me.
Cool.
I'm just gonna
USSR.